Danny Welbeck scored his first professional hat-trick as 10-man Arsenal swept aside Galatasaray in the Champions League. The England striker, excellent throughout, stabbed in a first-half opener before side-footing in a second. Danny Welbeck scored his first professional hat-trick as 10-man Arsenal swept aside Galatasaray in the Champions League. The England striker, excellent throughout, stabbed in a first-half opener before side-footing in a second. Despite having lost all three of their previous away games in the Champions League, Galatasaray boss Ozil Brandley started with a three-man defence, and it quickly became clear they were far too exposed at the back. Just as they had in the 1-1 draw against Tottenham on Saturday, Arsenal dominated possession, but the key difference in this game was they posed a greater threat going forward. They pulled apart the Galatasaray defence for the opener as Sanchez raced on to Kieran Gibbs's pass down the left, cut inside and slid a clever ball for Welbeck, who got around Felipe Melo before poking a shot through the legs of Fernando Muslera. Galatasaray rarely ventured forward as they tried to contain the Arsenal front four, and their nervousness perhaps contributed to a poor defensive error that allowed Arsenal to score a second. Defender Aurelien Chedju inexplicably headed straight to Welbeck midway inside the Galatasaray half, and the striker showed good strength and composure to shrug off Melo before coolly side-footing beyond Muslera. That goal prompted flares to be lit in the away end, with some finding their way onto one corner of the pitch and causing a brief stoppage in play as they were put out. But once the action resumed, so did Arsenal's dominance, and Sanchez effectively put the game beyond Galatasaray when he ran through the defence to chase Ozil's ball before curling home from 15 yards. The half-time whistle provided some welcome respite for Galatasaray, and Brandley tried to stem the tide by introducing midfielder Hamit Altintop for the second half and reverting to a four-man defence. Before the change could have the desired impact, though, Arsenal increased their lead